So let us start our journey. Are you looking at me? Yes. And I'm looking at you? Yes. And the mind says, hey, how are you? Very softly. So what is happening in the mind? Moving inside from outside. Moving inside from outside. So when I see an object, the mind is working from the background. And if you are not aware of this mind, how it is working, it works with the likes and dislikes. Any object that we see. Do you like pasta? One will say no, other will say yes. So it is based on liking and disliking. It is based on, honey, I like you. Normally we should like honey, but that never happens. Do you see that? Normally, we go to our workplace and sometimes we don't like and still we go. Understand that point. What we like, we chase. What we chase in terms of the objects, people, things in the world, it creates a habitual pattern in the mind. And what we dislike chase us. You don't like someone, I hate this guy. And the mind continues to think more about that person you don't like. You don't like an object. Then what you like. I'm referencing from Gita, one of the most beautiful texts on yoga that summarizes everything of yoga, meditation. You know, looting. Coronavirus is stripping life of the human race. It strips, it is looting the life. So this master says, because the mind is constantly setting a pattern of likes and dislikes, it rationalizes, it reasons out, and ultimately it reshapes my personality, my thinking, my speaking, my action. Why we are talking about it? It is the first layer of the veil, curtain. What is meditation? To realize our true nature. So true nature is here and the mind has created a curtain. A veil. First veil. So now what happens? When I'm constantly liking and disliking, what happens? One example. And you can immediately become aware of the mind. You are in a mall. And you look at something that you like. The rest of the world disappears from your mind. Doesn't it happen? Tell me. And when we are in the early stages of dating, we only see that person. The rest of the people are out of sight. Just see that. How this mind. So Krishna, the great originator of yoga and meditation, says that this sense organ is absorbed into the objects of the world without knowing why and how. Then what happens? Second layer of veil. What is that known as? Attachment. And now I have reshaped my personality and attitude like this. So the master says there is a loss of memory, there is a loss of intelligence. But to understand it clearly, the mind takes over me and my life, my attitude, my personality based on the likes and dislikes. And I'm gone. What is the result? Anxiety, stress, fear, duality, conflict in my life. So can we say this meditation is a journey to drop and dissolve all these layers of the veil? And then what happens? Our real nature manifests outside, and how it expresses itself in peace and happiness, love and wisdom. Anything that we are, we like and dislike. Just contemplate and reflect. Ask your mind why I like, why I dislike. And I can tell you, you will find no reason for it. Example, I like red color, for example. Why you like red color? Why you like blue color? Can you give me any reason? No, just think of it. So what the master is saying, become aware of the movements of the mind. That causes the distractions in the mind. That makes the mind crazy. Just think of it. But the root cause is the sense organs gets absorbed into the objects. That object may be a person, maybe a thing, whatever it is. That mind cannot become a seeker of meditation. What will happen after a few years? This teacher will become a crazy teacher. He doesn't know anything. He is not helping me. That is what happens. So last point, and then we will start doing it. The journey of meditation is a two-way process. The person becomes the student, knowing the principles. The student becomes the disciple means who studies himself. The mind studies the mind, is a disciple, shishya. And once you start studying it and you don't find the answer of these likes and dislikes, causes of the anxiety, then you become a seeker and you start learning these principles, you follow the practice, and you succeed in meditation. And at the same time, the teacher observes, understands, customizes, personalizes the practice. So it is always a two-way process. Are you a seeker? You'll find the teacher. And if the teacher motivation is to evolve and help everyone to evolve, that teacher will find the student. Going back to the likes and dislikes. This week, understand this journey. What I like, we normally use these phrases. No, I like you. No, I like this. Become aware of it and see what happens. What is happening in the mind? What is happening in the mind? And that mind dictates the intellect. It strips the reasoning. You are not able to separate what you like and what is right. In Indian context, we have a lot of Indians. You are old. You have a grandson. And you tell your grandson, why don't you marry? I want to see you married before I leave this world. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Even if the grandson is married? The same format, These are the wrong notions. Drop these wrong notions. The moment you start dropping the wrong notions, you will realize how you are attached and detached. And the mind will face to the self. The entire journey is in one phrase. Mind facing to the world. Sense organs are absorbed into the objects. You lose that wisdom, the power of separating what I like, dislike from what is right. And then the mind turns its face to the self and you move into that state of meditation 24/7. Let us start our journey today. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. We'll go a little deeper every week now. First, the position of the body. First, the position of the body. Who is looking the position of the body? The mind. Whose mind? Your own mind, remember. So your own mind is looking at the position of the body. So when you look at the position of the body, what happens? You feel some sensation. You feel the sensation, the position of the body. Our great master, which is the great master, our great master, Patanjali says, become aware of the position of the body. So you have, what you have? You have a sensation. And at the same time, there is a sense of relaxation. Let us settle our mind little deeper. Understand in context of what we discussed today. So move the mind on the neck joint. The mind is looking with eyes closed at the neck joint. You are there, you feel the presence. There is a sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Sensation, being comfortable and steadiness will help the mind to move within. It will help the mind to change the face. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. Feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Move the mind on the entire body. Feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. We'll understand being carefree. It not only understand, we are into the practice, and the moment you are exactly there through your awareness, you will become carefree. Before entering into the higher steps, carefree means what? Free from the cares. Then who cares us? It is the same likes and dislikes, attitude, our habit, our conditioning, entering into the mind. And it claims, I'm taking care of you. You see that? How? Become aware of the room where you are doing this practice. It is the physical mind that becomes aware of the physical world. You see, I'm navigating your mind to become carefree. Okay, now the mind is on the physical body, the position of the body, experience in the body that is comfortable, and the sense of steadiness is there. Now it is the same mind looking at the breath. So for the sake of understanding and deepening the practice, I say it is the subtle mind is looking at the breath, and the physical mind is aware and experiencing the body. We teachers have to play with different expression to help you go deeper. Okay, and what is deeper than the breath? Are the thoughts, feelings, sensations. We know through the intellect that these thoughts are subtler than the breath. Okay, it is the subtler mind is looking at these thoughts and feelings, sensations. Why we blame and complain, I'm not able to control my thought. The physical mind is looking at the thought, not possible. We'll understand that, but at present you are into the practice. Okay, what is behind the thoughts, feeling, and the wandering nature of the mind? There is nothingness. That is the subtlest mind. And that is the real mind, which is aware of the thoughts and the breath and the body and the world outside. So you are not there, you cannot be carefree. You are not there, the mind is wandering. And how I was explaining the being carefree. You are standing across a road watching the traffic. See that. I like to add one more beautiful step. What I am, what I have, what I possess. We all know it. You can name it. We have to drop all the three before we enter deeper into meditative state. Why you want to drop? Because what I am, what I have, what I possess is all created by starting from the ego, the mind in ignorance, attachment, and so on. So look inside the heart, in the space. You are aware through the question, who am I? Wait, let all thoughts and feeling rise, pertains to what I am. And then say all belongs to the existence. In fact, in reality, what I have, body, breath, mind, intellect, ego, all belongs to you. And just see that what happens. I'm moving from being something to nothing. And what I possess, it all belongs to you. So awareness of nothingness will accelerate the process of meditation. Now, look at the head and the neck. Feel the sensation and become aware. What we are doing, we are breaking the habit of the mind dictated by the sense organs, which is obsessed with the world outside in the field of sensation and awareness without liking and disliking. That is the key. Move the mind on the right arm. Feel the sensation and become aware. What I'm saying, sensation is there in the right arm, yes, and you are aware. I would say both are synonyms. But in order for the mind to understand in the beginning, I'm using both. Move the mind on the left arm. Sensation and awareness. Move the mind on the chest and the belly. You are there, you feel the sensation, and you are aware of it. You know that we have done 4 steps before. Why? To become a seeker. And when you are a seeker, the seeker always succeeds. Move the mind on the right leg. Be there, feel the presence, and experience sensation and awareness. Move the mind on the left leg. Feel the sensation and awareness. The entire body from the top of the head to the toes. You see what is the purpose? You may say, okay, I feel little relaxed and calm. That is a byproduct. We are making the mind subtle, looking at the physical body and jumping into the experience of sensation and awareness. Sensation and awareness, sensation is subtle. And so the stillness, so the relaxation is. So move the mind on the head and the neck. Do you love yourself? I would say, you would definitely answer me yes, but let us love our body for the time being. How do you love in the practice? When I say move the mind on the head and the neck, the mind moves slowly with awareness as if touching the skin of the head and the neck. As you do it, you will experience deepening of the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right arm. How do you move the mind on the right arm? With love. And how do you move the mind with love? The mind moves slowly and gently on the skin of the right arm. And the instant experience is deepening of the sensation. Be there. And relaxation and stillness, my friends. It's not a big deal. I'm not teaching you the rocket science that you don't know. Move the mind on the left arm from the fingertips to the shoulder. Be there. Feel the presence. How do you feel the presence? Your sensation becomes deeper. The mind navigates in the state of relaxation coming from within. It navigates to a state of total stillness in the body. Maybe bubbling sensation, tingling, and freezing sensation enters into the body. Recognize it, accept it, be there. Need not to worry about anything. You are in safe hands. Move the mind on the rib cage. You see, we are doing a lot of things. According to Eastern wisdom, we are slowing down the speed of the mind. When the mind touches gently the skin of the entire rib cage slowly, are you not speeding down the mind? You raise your awareness. The mind starts moving within. So, even if the mind complains and blames something, continue the journey. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind moves on the belly, the stomach. Are you in a hurry? You will not succeed. So when we say, are you in a hurry, where I'm indicating to the mind. So what happens when the mind is not aware of the instructions? It becomes more aware of its own habits caused due to the likes and dislikes. We complain, oh, I could not control my mind. I never said this. Did I say this? I'm trying to break that veil. And it takes a fraction of a second. Move the mind on the stomach. Allow the mind to touch the skin of the stomach and be there. And then, you lose the shape and the size of the belly. And what happens? The mind rises to sensation, relaxation, and stillness. I'm not asking you to do something very heavy stuff. I'm not asking you to breathe, not asking you to chant any mantra. And if you are able to maintain that awareness, move the mind on the right leg. There are instructions given to you by a teacher, like physical exercise system like gym. That instruction may work in the beginning, but I'm simply communicating with you, and you are navigating. That is the right approach in giving the meditation session. Move the mind on the right leg. From the toes to the right side of the waist. Be there. Feel the presence and sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the entire body, from the top of the head to the toes. Sometimes I express the same step as if you're under a shower and the water flows. You feel the sensation? More or less the same thing happens when you move the mind from the top of the head to the toes. Be there, feel and experience sensation. Relaxation and stillness. What we discussed, conclusion of that discussion was, when the mind is facing to the self, so the mind understands the self is within the body. And that wrong notion applies here. So the mind should go inside the body. And we maintain our awareness of outside and inside. I cannot confirm I'm inside the house unless I know and I'm aware of outside. So we continue the way the mind works until we take over the mind. So become aware of the head and the neck outside, our experience, sensation, relaxation, stillness. And now look inside the head and the neck, be there. Just be there. So when you are there, my friends, in the field of awareness, you know 100% that the sense organ cannot go inside. So the mind projects darkness or space or emptiness with reference to the world outside. Are you aware of that space? Are you aware of that sensation? Confirmed mind is living within. Sometime I get amazed to see the reasoning put forth by these great masters who lived almost 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. And they put their reasoning sequentially, step by step. No religion, cult, dogma, belief. Pure journey with the knowledge. Now casually look at the right arm. Can you recall the right memory? Buddha says right memory. So what is the right memory just now? The right arm outside, I experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Okay, look inside. Become aware of the space inside the right arm. Calmness and quietness. The moment you recognize sensation and the space inside, different from outside. Can't you confirm by yourself that my mind is living within? And if the mind is living within, that wandering nature is not. It goes too far from you. Maybe thoughts, but not disturbing you. not taking over you. Move the mind on the left arm. Move the mind on the left arm. Right memory. I'm using the same word Buddha uses. Right memory. What is the right memory just now? Sensation, relaxation and stillness on the left arm outside. And now let us explore inside. Inside. Be there. So the sensation we experience and the space we are aware is nothing but a state of the calmness and a quietness. Understand, let the knowledge be there. What is knowledge? It is awareness, and it is your experience. So when I say stillness, the wandering mind is still there and we recognize it. When I say calmness, those wandering mind has gone too far from you. When I say quietness, it has gone so far that now they cannot disturb you. They cannot overtake you or take over you. And you are free to navigate. That is why we are repeating on the major parts of the body. Become aware of the chest and the belly. Right memory. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. Where outside the middle portion of the body, and then look inside. Become aware inside the heart or the belly and the belly. Just be there. Right memory, we leave it. We look inside. We are there. We experience calmness and quietness, my friends. Not a big deal. No, I still have a wandering mind. Did we do one step today which is known as creating an auspicious moment, also known as Mangalacharan? In the very beginning, I said, move the mind inside. What I am, what I have, what I possess, all belongs to you. Even if the thought comes, they belong to the existence. I should not worry. Let it come and go. You see, that step helps here. And now move the mind on the right leg. Right leg. We follow the mind. What is outside, just outside the right leg? Oh, it is sensation, relaxation and stillness. Okay, look inside. Look inside. Be there. Feel and experience sensation and the space within. Recognize this sensation is a state of the calmness and quietness is the space. You know, the stillness, relaxation, calmness, quietness, peace, silence. In ascending order. It tells us the state of the mind. Move the mind on the left leg. Be there. Feel what is outside, my friends. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And inside. Now at least we become aware that if the mind is living within, mind is within, And if it is within, it is facing to the self. The clarity and conviction. And the entire body from the top of the head to the toes, outside the body, sensation, relaxation and stillness. Understand that in the practice of meditation, you will undergo a variety of experiences like tingling, numbness, freezing. Sometime there will be a surge of the thoughts, a jerk. Let it come and go. Recognize and accept them and continue the journey. These things are bound to happen. We'll understand why this happens later. So move the mind on the top, from the top of the head to the toes, the entire body. Outside is sensation, relaxation and stillness. And now move the mind inside, from the top of the head to the toes. Is the mind navigating into either the darkness or the space or the emptiness? A sense of emptiness, awareness. And that is enough to discover, to realize, to experience the mind is living within, in the state of calmness and quietness. So now if I say from within, the mind is living within, from there you look at the breath. Look at the breath. But you are looking at the breath in the field of awareness. Nothing is habitual, unconscious, that your mind may repeat. So from inside, when you are looking at the breath is going in and out. You know. Do you know the breath is going in and out? Wonderful. Keep looking at the breath going in and out. No, my mind goes back to the thoughts. Remember, remind yourself, while driving in a middle lane, you lose an attention and your car shifts in another lane and you bring it back. Same thing. Do you say it is very difficult to bring it back? No. You little tweak the steering and it is there. Same thing, if any thought comes, no worries at all. Okay, mind has shifted the lane. Let me return on the breath. Understand, you are not focusing on the breath. You don't make the mind crazy, I'm focused on the breath and I could not succeed. I didn't say you to focus. It takes time. Knowledge is realized in stages through practice. A seed does not become a tree overnight. So regular practice is required. But I'm tweaking for those whose mind claiming I'm not able to do it, my mind is wandering. So let us move to the two-pointed awareness. First point of awareness, you know the breath is going in and out. Second point of awareness, when the breath goes in, you feel the sensation inside the nose. When the breath comes out, you feel the sensation inside the nose. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath is the third point. Fourth point for everyone, every time the breath goes in, the mind rides on the breath, goes in and melts into the inner space. Breath returns, the mind rides on the breath and melts into the outer space. For everyone, but for those whose mind is, who claims their mind is not able to, so-called you claim focus, I'm not asking you to focus, then you simply start saying the mantra, the breath goes in, mentally say Shantoham, looking into the space within, the breath returns, the mind returns with the breath, dropping Shantoham mantra. Shantoham. Shantoham means I'm the peace. What is the shape of the peace according to Eastern wisdom? It is infinite space. So when you say Shantoham, you also see the image of Shantoham, that is peace. After all, when you look at me, oh, shape, oh, here is this guy. Same thing. I'm not saying anything extra. Continue the journey. And doing nothing, remain as you are, in the state of doing nothing. Any and every meditation has two main steps, if I say so. The first is doing something, is the personal effort to check and recheck and be sure that we are a seeker. And the second step is doing nothing. We'll understand that in the following session. You are in a state of doing nothing. Awareness, knowledge, and experience. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Raise both your palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences, and bring the hands down. Wonderful, happy to meet Grit. How are you, Grit? How are you, Grit? Where are you?
Okay. I'm joining from Kenya.
Joining from Kenya. Everything is all right. I'm seeing you after 30 years almost.
Yes. Incredible. Where is she? Yeah. She's in Kenya.
She is from Switzerland, but she is at present Kenya. You work for World Health Organization?
I'm from Belgium.
Yeah, from Belgium.
I work for the UN.
You
always in peacekeeping.
Peacekeeping.
But now I'm with environment, UNEP.
UNF. Wow. So what is your experience today?
It was, first of all, nice to see you. You haven't changed at all. Your voice is still the same.
Okay.
Yes. And nice to, that's what we used to do in Jakarta.
Yeah, in Jakarta.
Session, right? But this is a long version. In Shavasana.
Yeah, it's a long version.
So that was nice.
It was nice. Wonderful, wonderful. How are you, Priscilla?
That was very good. I felt calm like a lake.
Calm like a lake. That's really good experience. How about you, Paul?
Doing well. I don't know when, but sometime later in the session, my whole body felt numb.
Good. But you were not scared?
No, definitely not.
That's good. That's good. How are you, Maria?
Fine, very happy.
Very happy.
Very happy to see you. Very happy to see Grit.
Very happy to see Grit, yeah.
Very, very, very happy. And
for others to know, Maria and Grit and me, we all were in Jakarta, working for mission for 3 to 4 years. Wonderful. Be safe. That's what people say. Remain confined to house. You're from Spain. So,
yes.
Come on, Vaibhav, how are you?
So I'm feeling very light, very calm and happy.
Very good. Wonderful. Remain happy. Remain in the house. We have a big enemy outside. How are you, Sangeeta?
सर बहुत लाइट लग रहा है और जब आप बॉडी को कह रहे हैं कि प्यार से देखो तो एक ग्रेटिट्यूड आता है
that's yes, she has opened up a beautiful phrase. When you see your body with love consciously, a sense of gratitude opens in your mind. You see, these words are used: gratitude, kindness, compassion. The journey of the meditation and mindfulness, this is one factor. That I educate people in a higher journey of mindfulness. Wonderful. How are you, sir? Ashok ji? You have to unmute your machine. Yes.
Feeling good, sir.
Good? Relaxed?
Feeling good, sir. Relaxed, yes.
Good. Happy. So, what about you, Samir?
It was deep, sir, very deep experience.
Very deep experience.
Everything went inside. I was just totally inside, means
Wonderful.
inside my legs, inside my head, inside my body.
Wonderful. How are you, Pushkar?
This was a good experience, sir.
Good experience. See that, why now I'm opening up. Now, why I discuss the topic of attachment? Whatever is happening around the world pertains to coronavirus. This attachment pulls and push you to go outside to fulfill what we like. And if you understand this concept, you will only go out when it is absolutely essential. Think of this. It is the attachment that makes the mind run, and the mind makes the body run. It rationalizes, but that enemy does not rationalize. Thank you. That is all